Okay, let's get started. I'm going to mute everybody and we're going to start on our mat on our back. Grab your blocks if you have them. I'm just going to spotlight here. Is everybody okay to run over a few minutes so that we can get the whole 30 in? If you're not, then please feel free to just log off, of course. Okay, let's come down and straighten out your legs and find as much contact with the floor as possible. Have one block in each hand or just beside your hands, just ready to grab. If you don't have blocks, it's okay. If you have a strap, maybe you'd like to use that. Let's close down our eyes and let's focus on our breath and connection to it. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Using that Udana breath, that ocean breath. Fogging up the mirror on the exhale. Sinking into the mat. And just focusing on leaving everything at the door. This is your time on your mat for you. And first, we're going to bend the knees, feet on the floor, nice and wide. And just slowly rock your knees from side to side, just like a slow wiper here. Making sure that the feet are really wide. Warming up those hips and adding in the neck. So as you drop to the right side, the neck goes towards the right. Opposite, but keep it flowing. Today we are going to flow. Sun salutations. And of course, please give yourself permission to rest when you need it. Take your downward dog, take your child's pose whenever you need it. Great. So slowly, we're just going to bridge our hips up. Okay, pressing our whole foot into the floor. As you press your glutes, squeezing into the floor, tucking your chin in, firing up those glutes. Open the knees nice and wide. Close them up nice and tight. Squeeze the thighs together. Open up nice and wide. Pressing up. Remember, breathing. Pressing the knees out, squeezing the feet into the mat. 2 more breaths here. Like opening up the hips, warming up the glutes. Good. Drop down 1 vertebra at a time. Taking 1 knee at a time into the chest and rocking from side to side, maybe moving some flesh from the butt, the back, out of the way, finding a connection, as much spine to the mat as possible, even if you have to physically move some skin out of the way. And rocking, firing up the feet here, pulling the toes to the nose. We're going to activate those ankles. Taking your blocks, both of them, 1 in each hand, or just your hands. We're going to straighten out the legs. Take the blocks, the back of the knees, if available to you, and using the blocks to help pull the thighs into your chest. Good. Pull the toes to the nose as you pull the legs towards the thighs towards the belly, and then relax out as you press the toes up to the ceiling. Inhale into that space. Exhale, pull the toes to the nose, bring the thighs in. Feel the spine sink into the mat. When you're ready to inhale, open it up, put the toes up to the ceiling. Exhale, pull those toes to the nose. Think. Good. And bend the knees and just squeeze your blocks. Squeeze your blocks, or just squeeze your heels into your hips. Good. Extend the legs back up. Inhale, point the toes. Lots of space, feel the belly rise. Exhale, toes to the nose, bring the thighs in. Like you're pushing the air out of an air mattress, feeling it deflate. This helps us connect, make some space, point the toes, helps us connect with our breath, and it also is a great practice for us to pull our toes up as we are walking. Great ankle mobility. Excellent. From here, just drop your hands, bend your knees to the floor, extend your legs out nice and long. If you need some help, just place the blocks under the knees and just shake your knees, shake your legs, little waves in the legs, shake, shake, shake. Think about a bend in the knee, like you're pedaling. Yeah, there you go. Good. Big deep breath in here. We're going to go into boat pose. Blocks come in handy for this one. So we're going to start with the lower body, bending up the knees. And we'll start with 1 foot. So the right leg comes up, pointing the toe, and just hover it down and take your block and put it in between your thighs and squeeze the block to keep your leg from moving around. Or you could just use your legs and squeeze them together. Lifting up both hands over the head. The biceps are right near the ears. Taking a big deep breath and send your spine into the mat. Your gaze is up at the ceiling. Beautiful single leg boat pose. Feeling the core. Squeeze the block, the thighs, feeling every muscle working here. And slowly lower back down. Let's lift up the left leg, point the toe, and remembering that your leg could be way up high. It could be really low, like a canoe. It's up to you. Bring those biceps to your ears. Fingers are nice and long, lifting up into your version. Squeeze that block, squeeze together. Lifting as high as you can, sending the spine into the mat. Beautiful. Pointing that toe and exhale back down. If you'd like to try 2 legs, go for it. If not, stick to the 1. We'll do 2 more here. You'd like to try 2 legs, try it with them very, very high. And just make a really big U. Beautiful. The thighs are firing up. Exhale down. We'll try one more. Coming back into boat, maybe opening. And exhale down. Release the block. Woo! Big wide feet. Big wipers here. Well done. Those were beautiful asanas. Everyone, gorgeous. Okay, we are going to end up in table. So as you come to one side, flip over into table. And I'm going to tuck the back toes under and send the hips back towards the heels, gripping the mat with our fingertips, pulling forward, dropping the hips. Hands are directly under the shoulders, sending it back, taking the gaze into the belly button, sending it back down, squeeze, ensuring those shoulders are back and down. The core is really tight. Lovely. Push it back. Exhale. Again, pull forward. You're making space, so breathe in. When you're ready to exhale, push it back. Close your eyes and feel the flow. And when you are ready, you're going to send yourself into downward facing dog in a beautiful flowing fashion as you exhale, pressing back, lifting the knees, sending the hips up and back, heels down. Downward facing dog. Walk it out. The fingers are wide, wide, wide. Sending the weight into the heels, pushing it down, sending your crown of your head right towards the floor. Looking at your knees. Beautiful. Come high up on the toes. Pretend that there's a magnet on your hips and they're coming up to the ceiling, and slowly lower your body so that your shoulders come over the hands, dropping the hips down, high plank. Inhale. Exhale, come down to the knees. Slowly laces to the floor. Bend your elbows so that they come right to the rib cage. Your chest comes down, then you lower your hips down, and then you press up into cobra. Bending the knees, sending the hips back, tuck under the toes, knees up, downward facing dog. We're going to flow through that. High up on the toes. Strong here. Lower the hips down. Plank. Lower to the knees. Laces to the floor. Slowly bring the elbows into the ribs. Drop the chest. Then the hips. Pushing up into cobra. Sending the hips back and down. Tuck under the toes. Lift the knees. Downward facing dog. One more. High up on the toes, high plank. Strength through the core here. Down to the knees. laces to the floor. Graze the ribs, lower the chest first, then the hips. Inhale, cobra. Send your hips back and down into child's pose. Tucking the gaze in between the toes. Taking a moment here to send yourself love. Erase all of those negative thoughts, all of the I didn't do this perfectly. Take a moment and say, I just did a beautiful flow with my body, instead of sitting on the couch eating Cheetos. Tuck under the toes and slowly bring your hands so that your elbows are in front of your knees. The hands are out long, so you're in a lovely little seedling position here. Your knees are touching or in that direction, of course. This might not happen for your body. Maybe you have really short limbs and you're bigger through the middle. It's okay. It's just in that direction, tucking under the toes. Take your chin, tuck it into your chest. Lower your forehead to the mat. Prayer. Breathe into the back. Feel your hips lower to the floor. Now, this might be a little scary, but I want you to give it a try. We're going to flow into a forward fold, a standing forward fold from here. And we're going to do it the best that we can. From here, we press into the hands and lift the elbows up off the mat. We're now approaching the table position. We're going to rock back onto the toes, send the knees up so that you're in a squat. Walk the hands towards your feet. Then send your heels into the floor as you lengthen your legs and send your crown of your head down to the floor. Forward fold. Hands on the shins. Lengthen the arms, half lift. We're going to start our sun salutations here. Big inhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, send the weight into the heels. Look up, drive the arms up, grab that sun. Pull it into your heart center. Good. Step back with the right foot. Long right leg, lifting up the arms, pinkies facing each other. Sink into that left knee, sink down towards the earth. Lifting up, crescent lunge. Inhale. Exhale into warrior two. Pivot the back foot, lower down the arms. Beautiful. Gorgeous. So we're thinking in the middle. And from here, don't be afraid to take a look and adjust. You want to be in between two panes of glass. You want to be as open as possible. Lower the shoulders. Let them sink, sink, sink. Gorgeous. Drop that right hand down the back, lifting the left up and over. Big deep breath in. Exhale, push it down. Lengthen over the left. Reach, 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 reach. Take the elbow right down to that left knee. Lift up the right arm up to the ceiling, looking straight ahead. Good. Lengthening the left arm so that the fingers come down to blocks or the floor. Lengthening out the front leg for triangle pose. Your arm could also be behind your back. Up to you. Beautiful. Suzanne, gorgeous triangle. Very nice. From here, windmill the arm over the head. Pivot the feet forward towards the length of the mat for a wide leg forward fold. Head comes down. Grab some blocks if you have them handy. From here, pressing up, half lift. And exhale, let's pivot the feet again into warrior two. So the right foot goes towards the top of the mat. Coming up, the left leg is out. Arms are out, warrior two. Opening up, lengthening the arms, lowering the shoulders. Find your breath here. This is the most fierce, strong position. Good, drop that left arm down, scoop up the right, exalt your warrior. Big inhale. Now reach that right arm with the hip over. Beautiful. Take that right elbow towards the knee, rest it on the knee. Open your chest up, lifting the left arm up to the ceiling. Beautiful. Now we're gonna lengthen the right arm to the floor or a block. And then lengthen, take the bend out of that front knee for triangle pose. So both legs are straight. Blocks help here. Beautiful. Again, windmill that arm over and drop it to the floor. Pivot the feet. Walk the hands. Lower the crown of the head for wide leg forward fold. Press into the floor or blocks. Lengthen your arms. Lift your gaze. Big deep breath in. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Lift into half lift again. Walk your heels in towards each other so your toes are pointing out. Bend your knees. Blocks help here as well. We're going into lotus, goddess pose. We're going to put our elbows on our knees for support, pushing the hips open. Lift up your gaze towards me. I'm just going to tell you, you're all just gorgeous and lovely. Beautiful. Let's take our chest and bring it up and sink down into those knees and into the center, sinking down towards the floor. Lifting up, fingers together, bringing the elbows into the ribs, lifting your heart. Goddess pose. Beautiful. Good. Big inhale up, lengthen the legs. Inhale. Grab the sun, pull it into heart center. Good. Walking the feet together. Meet me at the top of the mat. Tadasana. Connect here. Find your breath. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, float forward. into a fold. Inhale, press long, half lift. Inhale, forward fold. Place the hands on blocks or on the mat in front of you. Step back, hop back, jump back, high plank. Inhale. Exhale, knees to the floor, laces on the floor. Slowly, with intention and strength, graze the ribs, lower the chest down, then the hips. Pushing long arms into cobra. Exhale, send the hips back into child's pose. Lower the forehead on the mat. Big deep breath here. Just relax. We're going to strengthen our knees by taking our hands and we're just going to bring them down beside our hips. So the palms are facing the ceiling. If this is comfortable for you, that's great. You could also put blocks under your forehead if you would like. And with one movement, we're going to sit up and lift our arms up. Big, deep breath in. Exhale. Lengthen up, lifting the arms up. Sending the hips forward, hands back. Come into cactus arms. Beautiful. Lovely. And with a strong core, let's send ourselves back into that child's pose. Down, reaching through, coming to child's pose. Find your breath. Again. Exhale, stand up or reach up. Press the hips, leaning back, lifting the hands, lower the shoulders down, open into those cactus arms, open the chest, squeeze the glutes, leaning back slightly, beautiful strong knees here. Inhale, exhale, come back into your child's pose. Last one. Inhale, stand up. Strong core, gorgeous. Lift up the arms. Lower the shoulders down. Squeeze the glutes, press the hips, leaning back. Feel the strength of those knees. Cactus arms, bring them down. Exhale, back to child's pose. Lost an earbud. Sorry about that. Well done. Going from the floor to a kneeled position is incredible and takes a very strong core. So be kind to yourself. Sweep those arms up, place them under your shoulders. Extend the arms long. Good. Tuck the back toes under, leaning forward, feeling the stretch through the wrists. Tuck the back toes under. Good. Walk your hands out, but keep your hips into the heels. Slowly Lengthen your legs, hips up, heels downward, facing dog. Here's the transition. High on the toes, hips come up to the ceiling, back down to the knees. Inhale. Exhale. Again, lengthen the legs, pressing the weight into the heels. Hips come up. When you're ready, high up on the toes, bend down the knees, coming back down to the mat. Nice. One more. Exhale, up. Great strength here. Beautiful. Heels come to the floor. Last time, high up on the toes, bend the knees down to the floor with control, with strength. Lower the elbows to the floor, forehead to the mat, prayer position. Let's find our back for Shavasana. If you'd like to take a legs at the wall pose with your block first, I invite you to do so just to counterbalance what we've just practiced with our spine. So this one, in case you don't know, you bridge the hips up, slide the block under so that the top of the block is right where you wear your pants or your belt. And the block is long across your hips. And this might be enough for you with knees bent. And I really want you to press into your elbows and lift your upper body, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and tucking in your chin, pressing your hands into the mat. So your chest is kind of proud here. We're not collapsing into shoulders. We're using our shoulder stabilizers to help open up our back here. And you can lift your legs up the wall here and pedal out the feet, getting all of that synovial fluid back up through the body. There's this beautiful little space between the floor and you with that block. Or if you don't have a block, you're connected with the earth. And find an open space that you can breathe into as you pump your feet. This is amazing for varicose veins, swelling, plantar fasciitis, swollen knees, sore lower back, tight hamstrings, a sore neck, poor posture. This asana is gold. Excellent. So from here, I'd like you to experience a long leg on the floor. So maybe one leg extended, one leg bent, and just let the hip open and feel the nice bend in the spine. Supported. I know it's hard to just relax here because it's a fear of what's going to happen, and I need to brace for what's to come. But Just try and brace just on that bent knee and let that extended leg go. Let your upper body go. Feel the big stretch through your abdominal wall. With your next exhale, let's switch legs. Lengthening out or just a little bit. Opening that hip. Try to relax. Just let the foot go. See what happens. If you need to brace, put the weight into that foot on the floor. Relax the glutes. Maybe you're hearing a few pops, cracks. That's wonderful. Unless, of course, it's painful. And let's come back up to both feet on the floor. Bridge your hips up. Take out that block. Make as much connection with the floor as possible. Grab the knees, pull them in to your chest, side to side. Taking any final positions, stretches, movements, saunas. This is your practice here. I'm going to find Shavasana, whatever that means to you. As long as you are in complete rest, but use any props to help support any space between you and the earth. Blocks, pillows, blankets, socks, towels, and fidget. Find any final fidgets. And with every exhale, think fully, fully, fully into the mat. Relaxing the forehead, the jaw, the shoulders, let them go. The teeth. Feeling the cool air coming in through the nostrils, filling all of the emptiness in your body. We left everything at the door. Burning your lips, exhaling. Relaxing the ribs, hands, the glutes. We constantly clench our glutes without even knowing it. So give them a good clench and then let it go. Feel the difference. Breathing into the open hips, relaxing the knees, relaxing the feet, the toes. Just focus on the breath coming in and watch it come out of your mouth and float under the door. If you ever feel overwhelmed, anxious, stressed, find the floor and just breathe. Meditation is a wonderful way to find your breath again. Slowly find some movement. And when you're ready, if you're ready, push yourself up into a seated position. Or excuse me, roll on your side. You guys know. Y'all are rolling on your side. There you go. Sorry. Take a moment here to tell yourself you're ready to face this day. And press yourself up into a seated position or however you'd like to get there. And take a moment here to check in with your seated position in remembering back to when you started, how sitting on the floor was uncomfortable, perhaps the hips were tight. Take a moment here to reflect on where you are today. Hands to heart center. Please accept the gratitude and love that I send to all of you to fill your hearts. Be kind to yourself and one another. Namaste.